My husband and with me, the man with me and my husband, they're fantastic.
It is you who are the pulse of this America.
For 4 years, Melania Trump was in the spotlight, standing alongside her husband, Donald Trump, as he navigated the chaos of the presidency. As First Lady, she was scrutinized constantly, her fashion choices, her public statements, her every move analyzed. She became one of the most talked about women in the world, with her own complex image shaped by both her supporters and detractors. But when Donald Trump's time in the White House ended in January 2021, Melania faced a huge transition, from the constant media frenzy to a quieter, more private existence. What happens when the cameras stop flashing and the headlines go silent? How does life change for a woman who spent years at the heart of American politics? After stepping away from the public stage, Melania's life took a dramatic shift away from the political sphere and into something far more private. Gone were the daily duties of the First Lady, the endless events, and the pressures of being in the national spotlight. But what did that mean for Melania, and how did she navigate this next chapter of her life? This video isn't just about Melania Trump after the White House. It's about understanding the woman who chose to step away from the chaos, the noise, and the pressure. In a world where everything is about what's next, Melania took the rare and bold step of carving out a life away from the spotlight. So let's explore what a day in her life looks like now, how she lives, what she cares about, and what her life has become after the presidency. When Melania Trump left the White House in 2021, it marked a dramatic shift in her public life. She wasn't like other First Ladies before her, who continued to be active in politics, charity work, or public life. Instead, Melania chose a quieter existence, far from the glaring lights of Washington, D.C., and the media frenzy that often surrounded her. So, what exactly does she do now? Contrary to the usual path that many public figures follow after leaving office, Melania has maintained a low profile, avoiding the constant public attention that once came with her role. Since leaving the White House, she has been seen very little in the public eye. Instead of a busy calendar of speaking engagements or charity galas, her life seems to revolve around a more intimate circle: her family, her close friends, and a few select projects that are important to her. She's maintained a steady commitment to her Be Best initiative, a campaign she launched to focus on child well-being, the fight against opioid addiction, and online safety. But rather than making regular public appearances to promote the foundation, Melania has kept her involvement quiet. This has led some to wonder if she's stepping back entirely from public life. The truth is more complex. She's still very much involved in the causes she cares about, but on her terms. Her charitable work is less about being in the spotlight and more about having a meaningful impact behind the scenes. While Donald Trump remains an active figure in the media, often commanding attention with his political views and potential 2024 run for president, Melania has been much more selective about her public appearances. This includes opting out of major events like the annual White House Correspondents' Dinner, which she attended regularly during her husband's presidency. It's clear that Melania values privacy. Her retreat from the public eye is not about distancing herself from others, but about taking control of her narrative. After leaving the White House, Melania Trump and her family relocated to their private residence in Mar-a-Lago, a sprawling estate in Palm Beach, Florida. The move was strategic, not just for privacy, but also to maintain a connection to the high society circles they had been a part of during Trump's presidency. Mar-a-Lago has become more than just a home, it's a sanctuary, offering Melania the space and privacy she craved. Away from the prying eyes of the media, she can enjoy family time and a slower pace of life. And it's a far cry from the hustle and bustle of Washington, D.C. The mansion, complete with its elegant decor and sprawling grounds, offers the Trump family a sense of normalcy and tranquility. In this setting, Melania's days are centered on family. One of the most significant changes for Melania has been her return to a more conventional family life. Unlike the demands of being First Lady, which required her to attend multiple events each day, Melania now enjoys quieter moments at home with her son, Barron. Barron, now a teenager, has stayed out of the public eye since the end of his father's presidency, but it's clear that Melania has embraced this time to focus on his upbringing away from the media spotlight. Her relationship with Donald Trump, while still very much present, has also shifted in a more private direction. Unlike their time in the White House, where they often made joint public appearances, the couple's interactions are now kept behind closed doors. There's no denying that Donald Trump still enjoys his place in the media, but Melania has chosen to maintain a more private, reserved presence in their shared life. Despite the distance from the public eye, Melania's post-presidency life isn't about fading into obscurity. Instead, she has found a different kind of power, one that doesn't need validation from the media or public opinion. By retreating from the constant pressure of being watched, she's been able to build a life that feels more personal and fulfilling. In the absence of regular media coverage, there's been a noticeable shift in how the public perceives her. During her time as First Lady, she was often viewed through the lens of her husband's political career, with many questioning her role and opinions. Since stepping back from the public stage, however, people have begun to see her for who she is beyond the political world. The mystery around her life post-presidency has sparked curiosity. Melania has become more of an enigma, and in many ways that silence has allowed her to retain a sense of control. She's also embraced her role as a mother in a way that was harder to do when she was in the White House. Barron Trump, her 18-year-old son, has grown up in a world of constant attention and media coverage. But since leaving Washington, Melania has made it clear that she wants to give him a more typical upbringing. They have been spotted on private outings, enjoying moments away from cameras, something they couldn't do when they were in the White House. Even though Melania's public appearances have become scarce, her influence behind the scenes is far from non-existent. She's still involved in projects that are close to her heart, especially her Be Best campaign. But unlike many of her predecessors, Melania has opted to keep her charity work out of the limelight. She supports causes related to children's mental health, anti-bullying initiatives, and opioid addiction. But her methods are quieter and more focused on direct impact rather than media visibility. This decision to work quietly has sparked some curiosity. Why does she choose to remain out of the media frenzy? The answer might lie in her desire to avoid the constant political battles that come with being married to a former president. While Donald Trump continues to engage in public discourse, Melania has distanced herself from the political world. She isn't interested in being a talking head or being dragged into debates. Instead, she's found power in choosing where she invests her time and energy. This quieter influence can also be seen in her role as a style icon. Melania was always known for her fashion sense while in the White House, but since leaving office, she's maintained a more subtle, sophisticated style. Whether it's attending exclusive galas or simply enjoying a private dinner at Mar-a-Lago, Melania's fashion choices still attract attention, but it's more about personal style than public statements. In the years since Donald Trump left office, Melania Trump has reinvented herself in many ways. Gone is the high-pressure, high-profile role of First Lady. In its place is a more private, carefully curated life, where she can focus on her family, her personal interests, and her charitable efforts, all without the constant glare of the media. But what's most fascinating is the way she's crafted her own sense of power by choosing when and how to be seen. No longer defined by her husband's presidency, Melania has found a way to live life on her own terms. It's a quiet power, one that doesn't demand attention, but commands respect nonetheless. For Melania, the end of the public phase of her life may just be the beginning of something new and equally impactful, even if we don't see it on our screens every day. What do you think? How do you imagine life for Melania Trump behind the scenes? Is she living her best life out of the public eye? Or is there something more waiting for her in the future? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and leave a comment below with your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insightful stories like this, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update.